Gossip at the Corpse Cart contains graphic and explicit content that may not be suitable for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome back to Gossip at the Corpse Cart.
Gossip at the Corpse Cart.
Gossip at the Corpse Cart. Everyone's dogs are screaming.
Cats are yowling.
Oh. They're like, oh my God, it is mating season.
We'll get to the cats.
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, shit, I just spilled. Hold on.
Classic.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, you go take care of whatever that is.
Well, I'm Lucy. Kenyon just spilled.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Amanda.
There we go.
There we go.
And if this is your first time tuning in to
GACC,
we talk about some current events, some silly obits, some funny headlines, and also some of the worst things that you people have ever done. And you are a sick, twisted bunch.
Yeah, you're messed up, y'all.
You fucked up.
All of y'all fucked up.
But on that note, also, if you have any crazy headlines or silly obituaries, or if you want to confess the worst thing you've ever done, go to our website, go to our contact page. There's a drop-down menu.
Yep. Keeps it sorted, keeps it easy.
Keeps it simple. It also puts the subject in the subject line, so we don't have to actually read your email before we put it into the corresponding folder, and that saves us a lot of time.
It also
sure
helps
does.
us keep it secret from each other because we like to not know what the other people are covering.
Exactly.
Amanda doesn't know what she's covering.
I like to cold read. I open so many emails and I just pick my favorite headlines and hope the rest is good. That's the move.
It's worked so far.
It sure has.
And in fact, should we get right to it?
Let's do it. Let's see if today is the day that
Fails you.
that fails me. Yeah. So, it's June. June is busting out all over. And wedding season is upon us. And maybe this could go under your don'ts for your special day.
Oh, okay.
This is out of Florida. Of
Don't
course.
give everybody little tiny wedding favors. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Depends on what
no.
they are.
No, not doing it. All right. Here's the headline. Florida bride caterer arrested after guests get sick off drug-laced wedding food.
Oh, I read this.
I saw this headline.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Not great. Longwood, Florida is in a dark, dark place. The Seminole County bride and wedding caterer were arrested after deputies say several wedding guests were served food laced with drugs. The bride, Dana Glennie, with a photo on the drive, looking really good in a headshot because she had just gotten a wedding hair done. I was like, she is dolled up. That's the best photo I've ever seen. It's stunning.
She has look really good.
blowout.
Full blowout. Stunning
Eye
face
makeup.
makeup. Yep.
Yeah.
And she's
Ready to walk
smiling
down the aisle.
almost.
Yeah.
Oh
She
my
looks
God.
incredible.
She really does.
I love it. Is facing charges including tampering, culpable negligence, and delivery of marijuana. So at least it was just weed. It was like they'd probably serve like weed cupcakes. But still, if you don't know it's coming, it's not good.
Yeah, definitely not.
It could have been
okay.
worse. I was expecting it to be like hallucinogens, like shrooms.
Like real drugs.
yeah.
I think, I don't know, everybody reacts differently to weed, especially edibles.
I'm
like,
not
especially
saying
like
it's-
baked.
Yeah.
Well, this is also at least the second month GACC in a row
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
talk about,
Lacing food with drugs.
non-consenting
I'm not
marijuana
saying it's
consumption.
okay. I'm just saying it could have been worse. Jocelyn Bryant, who reportedly catered the wedding, is facing the same charges. On February 19th, deputies responded to the Springs Clubhouse in Longwood after a guest at Glennie's wedding reportedly began feeling a little weird. The guest told deputies that he felt like he had drugs inside of him, quote.
I mean, it's
Been there.
terrible. He is a victim, but like that is objectively funny.
I'm feeling a little weird. There's drugs inside of me.
Oh my God, this was also published on 420.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, is
Oh,
it real
yeah.
then?
Yeah, it's real. It's real. After only consuming food and wine, first responders on the scene treated several people who were complaining of stomach pains and vomiting. A female guest reportedly told fire officials that the food was laced with marijuana. Another guest said he was feeling, quote, ill and high, according to the report, and that he wanted to press charges against the people responsible for possibly lacing his food. He, along with other guests, were taken to South Seminole Hospital for treatment.
So do you think when they called the authorities, the guests, they didn't realize that the bride was in on it?
Probably not.
Do we know that the bride was in on it?
I believe so.
Okay.
I don't know if this article answers that question, but the fact that she was booked.
Also, yet more misogyny, how men like don't have to do any wedding planning.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
so she gets the rap
The
for
rap. Yeah.
this decision.
Mhm.
I mean, she made this decision and she's an adult with autonomy, but still.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, here's this next part. Deputies spoke with Glennie and another person and asked if she had consented to or requested that the food contain marijuana. The report states that she stared at the deputy with a blank expression before saying no. Deputies then tried to locate the catering manager, Bryant, but the staff had already left. Several samples of glassware and food were collected from the party to be tested, including chocolate-covered strawberries, pudding-shot desserts, yum, and lasagna. Oh my God, I'm starving.
So
I am
maybe
really
she
hungry.
wasn't in on it.
She might not have been in on it.
Maybe
She just-
even the caterer wasn't in on it and some like catering assistant
Yeah.
asshole.
I used to
Uh-huh.
be a catering manager. That does not mean I cooked a goddamn thing. I didn't know what the fuck the
Yeah.
cooking process. Like, I just make sure everything goes smoothly.
Right.
But, you know,
So you just make sure this doesn't happen.
right. Well, you try, but you're also not like taste testing all of the food. Like,
Right.
that's not sanitary either before it's served. But I don't know. I think maybe a couple of people got reprimanded who probably shouldn't have been. I would be looking at the preparation team, the prep team for
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Or
yeah.
anyone who might have held a grudge against the bride and
Right.
groom.
Right.
I think
This is
also-
leaving more questions than answers, I'm going to be honest.
I think also the catering manager was a person of color,
Yes, this is
which
true.
which may be an issue too.
Absolutely. I mean,
In
it's
terms
always
of-
an issue. And
Yeah.
the manager is usually going to be the one who has to deal with like all of the fucking consequences.
Well, someone has
the
to be
beginning,
responsible
yeah.
for like the
Yeah.
quality of the food and beverage served.
Mhm. So it is like, that said, it doesn't surprise me that like the bride and the manager of this catering event were the first to be brought in for questioning and
Right.
booked.
But ultimately, we don't know
No.
who knew what when.
We don't. And in the further investigation of this, if it were me, I would be looking at who was preparing the food because that's like the next.
Especially if you had any
Most
fucking
reasonable.
stoner teenagers.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Because it's 420, and if somebody thought it would be funny,
Mm-hmm. It's not funny. You can't give people drugs without consent. You
Nope.
can't do it.
you could really,
doesn't
you don't
matter
know what
what.
they have. They could have Crohn's disease. They could have something where they really cannot be consuming that. They could have a job where, like, if they test positive, their whole career is fucked.
Sure. Sure.
It's just not okay.
Yep. All right. So you all know that I hate dolphins.
Yes.
I hate them. And now
That's because you're not sex positive.
I'm gonna further that statement because I am officially kink shaming dolphins.
Oh,
This is happening. Dolphins must be stopped. And here is why. This is from Insider, businessinsider.com. 2 male, it's always the men, dolphins were seen playing with an anaconda while sexually aroused in a perplexing encounter captured by researchers.
Let me guess. This happened in Australia.
Florida.
We'll find out, but I am dropping a photo on the drive. It is foul. It's not their genitals, but they're just disgusting.
They're so pink.
I hate when they're pink. It's just not
like
right.
Freshwater dolphins are pink, right?
It's which makes sense because an anaconda's not going to be in the ocean necessarily, or more
Look
commonly.
at their folds.
It's so they are the most hideous, disgusting creatures on planet
Snake
Earth.
has no idea
No
what is
clue.
happening.
It's like, I'm in danger, but little does he know they're like trying to fuck him.
Okay.
It's like not cool. Okay, so you were both wrong. It's not Florida. It's not Australia. 2 Bolivian river dolphins, which river dolphins are extremely gross. They're the grossest of all of the
the
dolphins.
pink ones.
Yeah, they're
And they're
vile.
like skinnier.
Ugh,
They're gross.
they're disgusting.
I like dolphins.
Yeah, well, that's problematic, and you should really look inward on that. 2 Bolivian river dolphins were seen swimming around and playing in the Tijamuchi River in Bolivia.
Okay, these Bolivian river dolphins are foul.
They're
looking.
nasty. They're nasty.
Oh
you
my
Google
God.
it?
Oh, there's
I
more.
did. I'm
will be-
gonna upload some
Bolivian.
photos.
I'm putting the
river
penises
dolphin.
on the drive right now as we speak because
Yeah.
there's one of fully erect dolphin penis.
Just
they're
their
fleshy.
bodies
They're
are
like
bad.
pocked.
They're purple and they're disgusting. I fucking hate them. This is not
no.
okay. Okay, anyway, welcome to our podcast about Bolivian river dolphins.
We describe pictures of Bolivian river dolphins.
You know what?
Via
Oh my God.
audio.
I found
That
the
has-
grossest one.
That has legs. I'm ready. That podcast idea has legs.
All right, I'm
Should
uploading
I refresh?
5.
Should
Yeah.
Oh, God, the marks. No.
I'm uploading one.
Ick, it's Smile. Okay, sir, please.
Look at the
I
mouth.
Can't. No.
The one with its mouth open.
I will not be looking at the
We
mouth.
uploaded this. Oh no, we didn't. That's
No, you
different.
got 2 different angles of the same dolphin.
Disgusting.
Oh
This is
no.
the absolute fucking worst.
It looks like what I imagine the inside of a fleshlight to
Oh,
look like.
yeah. An unclean, a moldy one.
Ew.
the
They
little,
do look
little
like
dots.
Fleshlight.
Moldy fleshlight.
It's like a fleshlight left out in the rain for 6 months.
Someone left the flashlight in the rain, and I don't think I can take it because it took so long to make it. No, it's that song.
No.
Okay. Continuing on.
Farts
Someone
in a
left the
jar.
cake out in the rain. Yeah.
Oh.
Someone out there will once again be like, yes, Amanda, you did it. And you 2 are just not cultured enough to know these songs.
Sure,
Yes, someone
Sure.
out there said that exact thing.
Yes, you're not neurodivergent enough to hold on to all of this information. Anyway, the unusual part, this says, they were carrying a Benyay anaconda, an apex predator in their mouths. Researchers captured the rare encounter. Okay, this was a while ago, but this article was just released. Captured the rare encounter in August 2021 in photos and described it in a paper published last month in the journal Ecology. The research team spotted a group of dolphins immediately upon arriving to the site and began taking photos. Only when they reviewed their first images did they realize the dolphins were carrying a snake.
Yeah.
The researchers said it became clear the dolphins were playing with the snake rather than trying to eat it, in part because the interaction lasted for at least 7 minutes and they don't fuck with it's not normal for them to fuck with their food before they eat it. They just eat it. At one point, they observed I just scrolled enough to get to one of the pictures and I hate it. They observed the adult males each holding onto the anaconda and swimming in unison. Upon reviewing the photos later, oh God. The researchers realized the dolphins had erect penises, which also supported the idea that it was a playful interaction.
Yeah, they were balls to the wall. They were
Sex
having
play.
the time of their lives.
That dick is fully out.
I can't.
It's hooked.
There's a photo of the dick.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
put it on the
the
drive. That's the dick, honey.
Oh,
That is the dick.
Why is it black?
It's a lot.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Baby girls, did you not?
I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and then you
so
can see the
gross.
snake. You can see the snake. A
Can
little
we
hump.
move to the next one? I
Absolutely
hate this.
not. I have a long way to go.
I hate it.
Playing is a well-documented behavior in mammals and dolphins generally, but the encounter was the first ever recorded between a Bolivian river dolphin and a Benai anaconda. The researchers
Who don't want none.
No, do not want none. Please, God, no. The researcher said many questions remained and offered possible alternative explanations for the behavior, including predation. I don't know.
What does that mean?
I have
Like
no idea.
Predatoring.
Right.
Yes?
Predatory dumb.
Like, did the dolphins go after the snake?
They must have, or that's what they must
Unless
think.
the snake was like already dead and somehow floating in the water.
Yeah, I
Can
don't know.
anacondas swim?
They can. Benai anacondas are large, semi-aquatic snakes, generally reaching more than 6 feet long, and typically have no known predators, other than one record of cannibalism, like among the snakes.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Horny,
published
fleshy
record.
dolphins.
Well, there's no published record of an animal eating a Benai anaconda. Because the snake was submerged for much of the encounter, the researchers said it most likely died in their sex play. I am kink shaming.
God.
It could have already been dead.
No, there's no way.
It
They killed it.
probably
They
died.
murdered it. They fucked it to death. The researchers said it was also possible
No, the
adult-
anaconda just gave up because their
Gave up.
dicks
I
were
can't- I'm
so
out.
gross.
Yeah, this is so disgusting. I'm
Well,
gonna
this
stop
is not-
breathing.
This is not how I thought my life would end, but
But-
here we are.
Good night, sweet prince, I guess. The researchers said it was also possible the adult male dolphins were teaching the juvenile dolphins that were present about the Benai anaconda, or that the dolphins were engaged in an attempt at courtship-ish. They said male Amazon river dolphins have been observed in the past carrying objects in what appeared to be an attempt aimed at females, which would
Yeah.
explain the penises. I
It
guess.
was show and tell.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It
Yeah.
was looky over here what we found.
Oh my God. The last part of this is incredible.
Oh my God. I'm already disgusted.
I'm fucking losing it. I'm crying. Okay. Diana Reese, a marine mammal scientist at Hunter College, who was not part of the study, told the New York Times the dolphins may have been sexually stimulated by the anaconda because, quote, it could have been something to rub on.
I mean, where's the lie?
I'm fucking crying. Thank you, Diana Reese. I don't know. It could have been something to rub on. Oh my fucking God.
She's like a PhD biologist or whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Could have been something to rub on.
And they just had to include that.
I don't know.
This could have been something to rub on. Oh my fucking God. Okay, well, that's incredible and disgusting. And yes,
do
all
we
man
book
dolphins.
these dolphins?
No, we don't. How
Well,
do
if
we
it's-
hire
if it's-
these dolphins?
If it's not a vaginal slit, it's a disgusting, prickly black hook.
It's
pointy
It's a
wiener.
hook. It looks
I
like
think
an
they
iron hook.
were aroused because
a
they
shepherd's
thought
hook.
it was a giant dolphin penis.
I don't know. Oh, so now they're gay.
Well,
I didn't. I mean,
they
Why
were
are you assuming
rolling
their
around
sexuality?
with boners together.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're not,
you know what?
not gay.
You're right. That is pretty gay.
I mean, if Madison Cawthorn can do it and claim he's not
They're
gay.
Republicans.
It's totally Cawthorn dolphin.
Cawthorn knows dolphins. Cawthorn knows river dolphins.
Oh my God. It's totally
Anyway,
Cawthorn.
protect your snakes. Next.
Please,
headline.
God, let's move on.
So, with this headline, I have seen my future, and it is bleak.
Oh no.
Okay, this is out of Washington. Woman rescued after falling in toilet trying to get phone.
Oh, no.
And it's not like the toilet in your house.
Oh, no.
A woman who accidentally dropped her cell phone in the hole of an outhouse in a national forest and fell in while trying to retrieve it, had to be rescued by firefighters in Washington
Honestly,
State.
it's her own damn fault. Nope.
People have died because of that exact reason.
Oh, yeah.
If
Just
you
let
drop,
the phone
I don't care
go.
what you drop.
Let it go.
In an outhouse.
A baby.
It's gone.
It's gone. A baby. It's gone.
A baby or
Give it
a
up.
dog would be the only things worth trying to rescue from an outhouse pit.
Sure, a
Give it up.
person
But
or
I
a
don't care
beloved
if it
family
is an
pet.
heirloom fucking
Yeah.
family
Tomato.
Mhm.
diamond.
Tomato.
I don't care what
Yeah.
it is. It's gone.
Let it go.
And if
with
you
you.
can't afford to buy a new phone, no shame. Now you just don't have a phone
Yep.
for a while.
Yep. Yep. No, I agree. I agree with Kenyon on this
I
one.
wouldn't go in.
Mm-mm.
Depends on the level. Like if it was just right there resting on top of some poop or
I mean,
something.
clearly it wasn't because she fell all the way in.
Mm-mm.
So
Was she-
Brennan Fire Department Chief Tim Manley said the woman who was at the top of Mount Walker in the Olympic National Forest northwest of Seattle had been using her phone when it fell into the toilet. Manley said she disassembled the toilet seat and used dog leashes to try and get the phone. Okay, so she was trying, but
Yeah.
Still.
and eventually used the leashes to tie herself off as she reached for it.
Yeah. No. No.
Oh,
You could faint from the fumes
so
and
much
die.
could happen. Yeah, this is disgusting.
Kenyon, this is
That
your
effort.
word.
This
is your soapbox
unlocked her
moment.
fear. We unlocked her fear.
I just don't get it. I don't
Mhm.
get it.
Mm-hmm. That effort failed, and she fell into the toilet head first. Oh my God. Tim Manley, the fire chief. Well, that didn't work very well, and in she went. I love these fucking sound bites that they get. The
Could have
woman
been
was
something to rub on.
Oh, golly. Oh, my God. The woman was alone and tried to get out for 10 to 15 minutes. When she finally reunited with her phone, she called 911.
Oh, she splashed around till she found
Yeah.
her phone.
Well,
Oh
yeah,
my
if you're
God.
all by yourself at that point, that's the only way to get help, really.
I'm
know.
gonna actually puke.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
Oh my God.
Responding firefighters passed her blocks to stand on to reach a harness, which they used to pull her out of the vault. So she went like all the way down into like the holding tank.
Dear fucking God.
The Brennan Fire Department said the woman said she was uninjured. She was washed down with a hose and strongly encouraged to seek medical attention after being exposed to human race, but she only wanted to leave.
Oh.
Quote, I've been doing this for 40 years, and that was a first, Manley said. I love they sprayed her off
Yeah.
Hosed
with
her
like
down.
a fire hose, probably.
Oh my God.
I know. I can't. I love it, and I hate it, and I love it, and I hate it so much. Anyway.
Nope.
All right, well, none of the rest of these have anything to do with poop, so you'll
Thank
be very
God.
happy about that.
Okay, good. 'cause I'm
Only
sweating.
dolphin dicks.
I'm sweating. Yeah, it's all dolphin boners from here on out.
Perfect. I can handle it.
This is the launch of my new podcast. Okay.
Dolphin boners all the way down.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this next one. This is just, frankly, one of the most idiotic things that I've ever seen, so I had to include it because the photos are completely bonkers and they're on the drive. At least there's one. This says, state troopers pull over moving truck with SUV hanging out the back. It's like a 10-foot U-Haul, like a really small, like the cheapest U-Haul you can get. With like a geo tracker like dangling out of the back of it.
With like one strap
One
that's not
normal-
even centered.
Yep. It looks like a rubber band. It is
Yeah.
not secure.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well-
This is out of Okanogan, Washington.
Men did that.
Oh, absolutely. Moving can be a process, and Washington State Patrol troopers found a driver who had an interesting strategy for using a moving van to transport an SUV. Washington State Patrol pulled over someone who was driving a U-Haul truck along State Route 97 just north of Okanogan in central Washington.
Okanogan.
Okanogan.
They saw that the moving truck had an SUV hanging out of the back of the vehicle. They tweeted, Trooper John Bryant tweeted, I suppose it's moving season, with the pictures of this fucking horrible decision.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it doesn't say anything about the driver. I can only assume this is a man. Only a man could even be capable of this. I also don't see how they got it in there. But obviously it has a little ramp that I guess they could drive up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they drove up the ramp. Why didn't they do the car takes up the whole U-Haul. Just drive the car.
Honestly, maybe the car's not mobile, but like you can also rent a hitch for these and they're so cheap.
And tow a car.
That's like what it's made for. Or you don't have to rent a whole truck and you could rent one of their like pickup trucks that has a hitch on it and just tow it. Because it doesn't look like anything else is in the truck. They just did it to tow the car.
This is
No, it looks like there's like some random
stupid
crap in the trunk of the car, but like...
Oh, there is? Well, in the trunk of the car, but not in the truck, I mean.
No,
like,
there's no room for anything else in the truck.
It's so stupid.
It was probably just a cheaper option. Somebody thought they were being really clever because it's like $20 an hour.
This has cis white man written all over it.
Oh my God.
It's so stupid. All right, I got two more. This next one's for Lucy, and the photo is incredible. It might rival.
I saw it. I saw the photo.
I mean,
Tell me
penis.
what it is.
It's so good.
I zeroed in on this photo.
The headline reads, TikTok famous cat sworn in as Hell, Michigan's first ever animal mayor. His eyes are fully dilated.
Oh, there's something wrong with the cat.
His little tongue sticking out.
I thought it
of
was
him.
taxidermy.
I think it has a neurological issue.
No. Yeah. This says there is a literal hellcat in Michigan, or there was at least. Jinx, the black cat who has amassed over 740,000 followers on TikTok, was sworn in as the first ever (temporary) pet mayor of Hell, Michigan. I always find it odd when towns do this. Minnesota has done this with a dog in one of our small towns like a million times. But when you see this cat, it makes absolute sense for Hell. Oh my God. There's more photos of the cat. Hold
All right,
on,
I'm following Jinx right now.
Oh, his eyes.
Bigfoot Jinx. Oh, his legs are all fucked up too. How cute is this?
So cute.
Oh, you have to upload the photos. I can't see.
I'm just looking on TikTok.
I know. I have to take a screenshot.
He's got little mermaid legs.
He is so fresh. Okay, I'm adding this photo for
Ray,
Kenyon.
why aren't you as deformed as Jinx? He's so cute.
I mean, maybe it's for the best that he's not. But I have so many good pictures this week. All right. So this continues on to say, I mean, look at those eyes.
Yeah, those are his. I thought they were googly eyes.
No, those are his eyes.
That cat has seen some stuff and survived. What better place to be mayor than Hell, Michigan? In reality, though, Jinx is from California. A huge hit on TikTok because of those eyes. Being from Cali and coming to be mayor in Hell, Michigan, both legal states, puff, puff, pass, pass, he'll fit right in because he looks like he's in outer space right now, riding a big high.
Yeah.
He's also not a stranger to running in politics. Jinx's owner made a joke on social media that he should run for president. So he did and amassed a ton of political power.
So he did.
Guys, it's not funny. Don't waste your votes. I don't care where you live.
I'm wasting my vote.
I would vote for this guy.
Oh, God.
It is my right. As you can guess, he didn't win, but someone mentioned that Hell was looking for a new overlord. It seemed only natural that this demon cat make a bid to rule the kingdom. He's picked a great time to be mayor of Hell, too, because Pepsi chose to debut their new concoction, Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot, in the hottest place on earth, Hell, Michigan.
Flaming hot Mountain Dew?
Yes, because the world is ending. and I
Brought
hate
to you
it.
by Pepsi in
Yeah.
hot Michigan.
Well, it's Hell, Michigan.
I know, but still.
So they're
Well,
doing
Pepsi
their
owns Mountain Dew.
yeah.
Ugh.
So they're doing their party there.
It is the absolute end of times, and I'm okay with it. If only it would hurry up.
Well, right.
Hot
If this is how we go, I'm ready. Jinx was sworn in on Sunday and ruled over his subjects with an iron paw, but sadly impeached at midnight, likely due to his obsession with blaring cat scratch fever over every loudspeaker in the city.
Oh,
I
that's
hate all these
cute.
people. This is really rubbing me the wrong way. I really don't like it.
I love it. I'm moving
It's just something
hell.
to rub on.
It's just something to, I don't know, something to rub on.
It could have been something to rub on. Okay, this is my last headline. This is the winner of our douche of the month, and it was the most sent headline in my inbox. Here we go. South Carolina man dies of heart attack while burying body of woman he killed.
I love this.
The karma. The karma.
The best.
I texted Amanda earlier today to make sure that this was in her segment because I also got a shitload of submissions for this.
Mhm. Yeah, we had to cover it. One of us
It's
had
so
to cover
good.
it.
It's borderline. Could have been either of you.
It's
It
so
easily
good.
could have been. So, a South Carolina man died of a heart attack while attempting to bury the body of someone authorities say he killed.
Mm-hmm.
Officers from the Edgefield County Sheriff's Office arrived at a home in Trenton on Saturday after receiving reports of an unresponsive man in his yard. County Coroner David Burnett said in a statement sent to USA Today, officers found 60-year-old Joseph Anthony McKinnon dead in his yard, but when investigating McKinnon's death and notifying next of kin, authorities found the body of 65-year-old Patricia Ruth Dent in a, quote, freshly dug pit. Uh-oh.
Digging will get ya.
Oh, digging a pit is not easy business. No.
Digging a pit.
Yeah, get yourself a backhoe. You
Yeah.
can rent them from Menards.
But pay in cash.
Yeah, you don't want to leave a trail. Authorities suspect McKinnon died of natural causes and that Dent's death was due to foul play. Autopsies performed Monday confirmed McKinnon's death was from cardiac arrest, while Dent died by strangulation.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, evidence gathered at the scene along with the statement from witnesses aided investigators to build a timeline, leading us to believe that Mr. McKinnon attacked Miss Dent while inside their home.
And Miss
So it's
Dent's
likely-
ghost was not a procrastinator.
No, she wasted no time tying up those loose ends. God
She's like,
bless her.
not only are you going to get caught for this immediately,
I'm
but
gonna kill you.
but I'm taking you with me.
Taking you with me to Hell, Michigan.
I love it.
Authorities concluded after McKinnon strangled Dent, he bound and wrapped her in trash bags before putting her into a pit that he had already dug. While McKinnon was filling the grave, he had the cardiac event causing his death.
Oh, so the backhoe wouldn't have even really helped. I guess you can fill in a pit with it. But
you could fill a pit with a backhoe. Oh, yeah, you sure can. Anyway, those are my...
well, obviously, it's really sad that this man murdered this woman, but
but it's
fuck him.
really sweet
It's great,
that the karma
Schadenfreude. Yeah.
hit instantly.
Yes.
God bless. And, I'm pouring one out for Ms. Dent.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Poor Miss Dent.
should we hear a quick word from our sponsors and then get to some
Yeah.
coven confessions?
Yeah. It is summer, people. We're finally able to be outside, getting that fresh air, smelling those fresh flowers. Just like sunshine. I almost forgot what that felt like.
Yup.
You just can't help but feel inspired to spice things up and explore your inner desires and fantasies. So you should check out Dipsy to find stories that match your mood this season.
Ooh, I feel like Dipsy is going to be the perfect companion to the little outdoor, Instagrammable shade tent I built.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine curling up in that cozy little buddy?
It's
just
so cute.
putting this in your headphones? Yeah.
I'm all about erotic outdoor activities.
Me too. And Dipsy is an app full of hundreds of short, sexy audio stories designed by women for everyone. They bring scenarios to life with immersive soundscapes and characters, no matter who you're into or what turns you on. You're going to find something that you like. You can find stories about that intriguing coworker with a British accent.
Hot.
Right? Or hooking up with your hot yoga instructor.
Also
hot meaning
hot.
like either the yoga instructor is hot or they are the instructor of hot yoga or both. It works on every level.
Yeah, why not both?
Yeah. They even have stories designed specifically for your zodiac sign.
Oh my God.
I am so here for those.
Shy
The
and-
Libra stories.
Shy and cries a lot. That is my erotica.
Oh, no. The Libra like Libras love to be loved and love. So they nail it with the Libra stories. New content is released every week. So in between listening to your favorite stories again and again, you can always find something new to explore. And Dipsea also has sleep stories, wellness sessions, and now they offer written stories. I love all of these options. And it's your go-to place to spice up your me time. You can explore your fantasies, or you can heat things up with a partner.
Love that. So for listeners of this show, Dipsea is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipseastories.com/gals. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to dipseastories.com/GALS. One more time, dipseastories.com/gals. And treat your fantasies.
Treat them. You know, it's funny. There are all these gimmicks that promise a great night's sleep, and I have fallen for most of them.
Yeah,
I've
love
had-
a gimmick.
I really do. I've had the toppers, the foam toppers, the weighted blankets, the I've had the weirdest sound machines. Like some of it's great, but frankly, it's all lipstick on a pig if you're sleeping on a terrible mattress. Like if your mattress is bad, your sleep is going to be bad, no matter what else you incorporate to help you fall asleep. It is that simple. So that is why I recommend joining all of us and sleeping on a purple mattress.
I love my purple mattress.
Me too. I never want to get out of bed.
I know. So we have our purple mattress in the guest room. And like my sister-in-law loves to come over and like spend the night just specifically because of the mattress.
I love sleeping at your house.
Yes. And
It's the best.
it's really nice. And that is because only purple mattresses have the Gel Flex Grid. It's a super stretchy, ultra squishy material that adapts and flexes around pressure points. And it also does not retain heat. So if
That's the best part.
if your sleeping partner is like runs real hot at night like mine does.
I do.
Yeah, you do. Well, sometimes
Yeah.
you are my sleeping partner.
Exactly.
It just doesn't have to feel like you're sleeping on a heating pad.
Especially in the summer, and I've got like our bedroom is a converted attic. It doesn't stay super cool
Same.
up there. We have like 10 fans going at once. The purple has been a game changer.
It really has. Also, the Gel Flex Grid is amazingly supportive for your back and legs while cushioning your shoulders, neck, and hips. So no matter how you sleep, if it's on your back, your side, your face, you're gonna be comfortable. Unlike memory foam, which remembers too much.
Ugh, so much.
Thanks to the Gel Flex Grid, purple mattresses bounce back as you move and shift, so you'll never have that like feeling of being stuck in the middle of the
The
bed.
divot.
The divot.
I hate the memory foam divot. It's the worst.
Yeah, so you'll never have to worry about that again. So try your purple mattress risk-free with free shipping and returns, and financing is also available.
Ugh, what a gift. So getting a great night's sleep starts with having a great mattress. Get a purple mattress. Go to purple.com/gals10 and use code GALS10 for a limited time. You can get 10% off any order of $200 or more. That's purple.com/gals10, code GALS10 for 10% off any order of $200 or more. One more time, purple.com/gals10, promo code GALS10, terms apply, and treat your sleep.
Try that.
All right, my segment is a little bit different this week.
Dolphins?
No
Oh,
dolphins.
God.
But I have a couple of coven confessions, and then I have some pertinent breaking news.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Okay.
I'm scared, but
So-
okay.
The first confession. Quote, I have many, but here's the weirdest and will haunt me forever.
Oh, God.
In undergrad, I was single and super ready to mingle.
Doy.
My friend had a hot engineer fuck buddy that had a roommate that was cute and also an engineering major. She really wanted an excuse to go visit, but he always wanted to include his friend because they were bros, and he felt bad for always fucking off with her and leaving his friend out. Enter me. I mean, obviously, that's just college. It's like, well, there's another person, and you're a person. So
That's cool.
That's how I started hanging out with Corey.
Yeah.
Because my roommate was dating his friend.
Right. So cute, curvy, in pre-med, and a totally perfect fit for his said friend. To be fair, my friend played me up way too much and definitely got this guy expecting a hot and heavy evening. She has a funny way with words and is gorgeous, so I get it. We had a fun night, beer pong, never have I ever, YouTube videos, and then finally it was time to pair off. That is the most classic college night.
Oh, yeah.
He asked if I wanted a tour of his room,
Oh, of course. Wow.
which was code.
a tour of this 25 square foot room.
Want to see my room?
A tour of his room. This is my desk.
I do homework here.
I was interested and keen and consenting, so I said yes. Some bad Beatles posters and an Xbox later, we were sitting on his bed, nervous, but clearly into each other. We started making out, and he started taking off my clothes. I returned the favor. We were down to just socks. When for
Socks should be first.
God.
When, for some unknown reason, I said, no, don't take off my socks. I need them so the devil doesn't come up and take my soul.
What? This will catch a pretty penny at market in the morning.
What the fuck?
I love when a spirit just takes you over in the worst situations.
A spirit.
The spirit.
I want to be very clear. I was consenting and non-religious. So why?
No, don't take off my socks.
I need them so the devil doesn't come up and take my soul.
How does the devil, does it get in through your toenails? Like, what are you doing?
I don't understand it, but I love it.
Really love it.
Needless to say, that killed the mood. I felt like leaving.
You don't say.
But had to wait on the couch politely while my friend finished loudly in the other room.
They're just silently sitting in the other room after this sock situation. Oh my God, that's so epic.
We're both
loudly is the best part.
We're both happily married to very different men, by the way, now, and are still besties and can laugh about the whole thing. I just really have no idea why I cock blocked myself.
It was a spitty.
You sock blocked yourself, first of all.
I don't know why, but this seems like something my sister would do.
1,000%.
Just get really awkward out of fucking nowhere and say the first shit that pops into her head.
I love
Flees
it.
the scene.
I love that for her.
All right, this is another awkward and bizarre college story. So I had to cut some for time, but the lead up is that this writer went to uni in England. Okay. So, quote, across the way and one floor down, there was always a boy who sat at his window late at night, presumably studying.
Hate it.
There's nothing creepy
I don't
about
like an English
someone
boy
sitting by his own window
An
studying.
English boy in his window night after night is the most terrifying thing you could ever imagine.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Red flag number 1. Continue.
Well, red flag number 2, quote, this is something no first-year uni student does in England because first year doesn't count towards your overall grade. Okay, how
so
amazing is that?
So he's studying
Just
unnecessarily,
for fucking around?
Pretty much.
I guess.
I like that.
Earlier that day, we had cleared out our fridge and sat beside us was a bag of aging, squashy baby potatoes.
Ugh, been there.
To this day, I can't tell you how it began, who suggested it, or why, but next thing I knew, we had turned off all the lights, opened the Juliet balcony doors, lay flat against the floor and began throwing the potatoes at the studying boy's window.
Oh, no.
Oh, my. Throw him at the ghost.
The
Not-
nerd. He's a nerd.
Not hard, just enough.
Suck it, nerd.
Suck it, nerd.
Just enough to make a startling noise.
Yeah.
We would watch him look up at the sound, stand up, open the window, look confusedly up and down the street. Laying flat on our balcony, he had no view of us at all.
Oh, so you gaslit him. Great.
Every time he returned to his study and we would wait long enough for him to be fully engrossed before we let off another assault. Up and down he got,
Amazing.
opening and closing the window.
Oh, my God. The poor bastard.
45 minutes later, he turned off his light, drew the curtains, and next minute he emerged on the street below to see it strewn with potatoes.
He withstood these attacks for 45 minutes.
He didn't even know it was potatoes, He thought it was probably
Oh my
rocks or
God.
something.
He didn't know he was being personally attacked.
And
Yes.
so it began. Every night,
We've been
No.
happily married
potatoes
for 30
would
years.
fly.
Oh, my God. They did it every night?
The final straw came for him when he left his window open.
Well, it's his fault.
We threw as many potatoes as we could into the room whilst he was gone.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
A day later, he moved out.
This poor guy, no one even knew who he was. He just happened to be studying that night and then
Yeah.
they ruined his life.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm sure he thought he was being targeted. They have
He
no
was.
clue who he is.
I used to be anti
Poor nerd.
speed in the window, but now I kind of feel bad for him.
Okay.
But I feel bad for telling the nerd to suck it.
Okay. Quote, we did feel bad. And,
Well, yeah.
and for a long time, the game was over. It was just a funny story to tell during drinking games. Over a year later, we had moved off campus and into a converted church building. We lived at the very top and had skylight windows. One day, the same friend and I stood talking/procrastinating in the kitchen when I noticed our skylight window overlooked the tall townhouse next door.
Oh, God.
And you guessed it, an open
No.
window was before us.
No, don't start that again.
Too tempting to resist.
No, you guys, no.
Unfortunately, we had no potatoes.
What
But
if it's the same guy?
our other flatmate had a jar of pickled onions.
No. Pickled eggs.
We couldn't help it. The game began again, and before we knew it, we had
help it.
Yeah, you could.
filled our unsuspecting neighbor's room with a jar full of pickled onions.
That is disgusting.
Months later, we were on a night out and we met a group of girls in our university-owned nightclub. We excitedly discovered they lived right beside us. We walked back home together that night, and as we said goodbye, one girl warned us about leaving our windows open when we went to class.
Oh, don't worry, we're safe because it's us.
She had come home to find her bed covered
No.
in pickled onions one day.
Oh
It
my
had
God.
ruined her sheets, and
Yeah.
some had fallen down the back of the bed and rolled under furniture, which she didn't discover until weeks later when they started to rot and her room filled with a horrendous stench.
Oh my God. Okay, help me understand. We felt really bad throwing all these potatoes at this random guy.
Who
So
had
a
to
year later,
move.
we did it again to new people with worse foods.
We thanked her for the advice and sheepishly said goodbye.
Oh,
We know
my
we
God.
should feel bad, but we still laugh
You
about it
should.
till this day.
You should feel really bad. Really, really
They
bad.
gaslit the poor nerd.
If anybody listening knows someone who survived either the boy who survived the potatoes or the girl who survived the pickled onions, please get at us.
Survived.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
The trauma.
I really want this to come full circle.
I do too. I do too.
All right, get the word out there, people.
Yep. Social media or whatever.
If you live in England, ask people if they have any stories about potatoes or onions from uni.
Strangers on the street start stopping them.
Yep. Okay. Last confession, and then we're going to get to the news article.
Oh, God.
Quote, "Hi, ladies. This isn't the worst thing I've done, but definitely one of the most embarrassing. So I grew up with a very overprotective father, so I was never able to go out with my friends. So you can say I was fully shocked when my dad let my mother, brother, and I go to Knott's Scary Farm.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those Halloween amusement parks that has monsters walking around at night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. However, what my dad didn't know was that we all made plans to go out with our friends, so we all separated as soon as we got there. So in the beginning, the night was fine. I honestly don't like scary things, so I just wanted to go on the rides. Around 10 p.m., my friends and I decided to go on the spinning sombreros ride,
You're going to puke.
which is basically the teacup ride from Disneyland, but racist.
Oh, yeah, but racist. Yeah. Got it.
There was 5 of us, and we were so squished that we couldn't move. The first 10 seconds was the highlight of the night because we couldn't stop laughing. We kept going faster and faster, but then everything changed.
Yeah.
This happened to Kenyon at the county fair.
Nope, not this.
Oh.
I
God.
realized I hadn't used the bathroom all night. At that moment, I started to pee my pants, and I couldn't stop.
Oh, no.
We were so close together that I couldn't even move my arms to try to control it.
Oh, my God. And so you're just on top of each other, and you're just going to get everybody soaked in your piss.
My friends continued to laugh, so that didn't help either.
Oh, God.
Eventually, the ride stopped and everyone was still laughing, but I was in shock. I'd peed my pants on the first night I was allowed to go out.
Never again.
However, the worst part was that because we were so squished, my pee went all over everyone.
Yup.
But they didn't
Yup.
notice because of how dark it was that night.
They didn't notice that they were wet.
I don't know. Either they didn't notice or they're really polite.
Wow.
I would never be that polite.
No.
The writer says, I spent the entire night with soaked pants, but thank God they were black jeans.
Oh, yes.
I eventually did tell my friends and they were grossed out.
Yeah.
The worst
It's
part
pretty
is
gross.
that I'm no longer friends with 3/4 of those people, and I still wonder if they tell others about it.
Fuck them. Who cares?
People don't forget.
People don't forget.
I would be telling. We're telling. You're
We're
telling.
telling.
You're telling. We're all telling.
I mean, whatever. Everybody pees accidentally.
Yes. That's
You
the
have had
takeaway.
recent experience.
It doesn't make you a bad person.
No, of course not. I just love that this was like your first
Yeah.
time going out and doing something wild and reckless with your friends, and you just pissed yourself.
On a spinning ride.
Dad's like,
Right.
well,
And there's
never
no way
again.
that ride got wiped down.
Oh, absolutely not.
Ick.
They don't clean that shit.
That piss is still on that ride to this
Oh my
day.
God.
That
Ick.
legend has it. Yes.
All right.
Amazing.
So are we ready for the news story?
I don't
Apparently.
know. I'm scared.
So as I was compiling these confessions for today's recording, my mom called
oh, God.
and she goes, I think it's time that we talk about how you're going to choose your pediatrician. And I was like, Mom, I can't. Not right now. I'm busy, whatever. And
It's
like,
also not time
Right.
for that.
and she goes, oh, I think you have time for this.
oh, no.
Okay. She sent me this article. This pediatrician woman, Dr. Stephanie Russell, she's very highly rated, this pediatrician. She works at the exact office, part of like the hospital clinic where my OBGYN is, where I would have looked for a pediatrician. Okay.
Okay.
Super highly rated, probably the most highly rated pediatrician in her office. 21 years experience. She's covered in network by my insurance. I would have 1,000% tried to get this woman as my pediatrician. Okay. Yesterday, she was arrested for hiring a hitman to kill her ex-husband.
Oh, my God. I want her as my pediatrician.
Yeah, is she out of the running?
Yeah. Can she not be a
Only
doctor?
if she does go to jail. Only because then, it's tough to practice. But
Oh, my God. Where do we fund her defense?
Here, I guess I'll make a folder for pictures.
Oh, God.
It's so incredible, this story.
Oh, no.
So there she is. She was arrested at work. She's in her scrubs.
Yes.
In her, what's it called, photo? Mugshot. Yes. Okay, so.
Oh, she's sweet.
Why is she holding her hand like that?
I don't know. The person that she tried to hire was an undercover FBI agent, of course.
She's clutching her pearls.
Yeah, she is.
Russell allegedly agreed to pay the undercover agent $7,000 in exchange for murdering her ex-husband.
Okay, idiot. Of course that's a con.
Right.
That's too cheap.
Right?
Yeah.
People need to fucking
Be less
wake
cheap.
up. Yeah.
Well, you can't hire a hitman online. I'm sorry, you can't. Unless you're like a techie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you're like
Can't.
super in the deep web.
Yeah. They're 100% undercover FBI agents.
She looks like somebody who would have posted on like Facebook Marketplace in
Right.
search of
Yeah, totally.
So,
ISO, some used cabinets, and someone to murder my husband.
so on May 18th, 2 days ago, police say she placed $3,500 in a drop box outside of her medical office in Norton
no.
Commons, which is called Kids with a Z Pediatrics.
Ish.
In a drop box outside her medical office as half of the payment, and then she was going to pay the other half once the murder was completed.
Oh my God.
She faces a maximum of 10 years in federal prison. Her ex is...
Laughing his ass off.
Yeah. Like, what? Like, his name is Ricky Crabtree. He's the father of
Yikes.
her two children.
Oh no.
They married and they've been together a while, but they married in 2018 and divorced in 2020 and have been in an ongoing custody battle since then. Also, what a fucking idiot. You're a literal pediatrician. You think
Yeah.
you're going to do poorly in a custody battle?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
you're the mom and a highly rated pediatrician. You had
now
this in
you're
the
fucked.
bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're fucked.
I feel like the most egregious part of this murder for hire plot is
Is
kids
her
with a
haircut.
Z.
That too.
And this is amazing. In 2013, they were in a local newspaper for their Christmas decorations.
Like the couple, like the family.
The couple, before they had
God.
kids. And so I just put that photo on the drive. Unfortunately,
No,
you
that
have...
is so stupid.
They look really unhappy in this photo.
Oh my God.
And the Christmas decorations, this is why I would have not chosen her to be my pediatrician.
They're all fake.
Kids with a Z.
I couldn't find a picture of the tree because you have to subscribe to this like newspaper
Oh,
to get the
yeah.
more pictures.
Absolutely not.
But her tree was Disney themed.
No.
Ew, she's
No.
a Disney adult.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, never trust a Disney adult.
No. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yep. So,
Absolutely amazing.
so that could have been our pediatrician. Sadly, I'm going to have to look elsewhere.
Also, my mom fully has that clock. It opens. It's a cabinet.
I know
my
your
God.
mom does have that clock. Also,
But much more tasteful decoration.
people have, now they've shut down the reviews, but so I can't find them now. But like after the news broke today,
I'm sure
that
people
she
went
started to get
crazy.
new reviews online, and it was like 5
What?
stars. Like her willingness to go the extra mile to
her
eliminate a
husband.
problem is unmatched. You could say she's killing it.
Oh my God, that's so fucking good.
But like
so
all of
good.
her actual reviews before this news came out are like 5 stars. Like she clearly was good at her job.
Oh my
This
God.
is the best, and I'm really sad that she wasn't actively your pediatrician
When this
know.
happened.
when this happened.
And
That
I
was
was-
so good.
I literally was just at my OBGYN in that same building.
I mean, we have telehealth now thanks to COVID. There's no reason from prison that she can't still be your pediatrician. It's fine.
I mean,
I'll make some calls.
She'd always be on call. I'd know where to find. She'd never be on vacation.
Yeah, she'd probably be really cheap because you just have to pay like into her commissary fund.
Incredible.
It's just, I know. I would have 1,000%. And when I was at my OB, I literally asked, I was like, I know it's early, but like, should I be thinking about finding a pediatrician? And she was like, you can wait a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you really should have gotten in there early.
I know.
You fucked up.
You fucked up.
So yeah, if anybody is already part of the Kids Life Pediatrics family,
With a Z.
let us know.
Jesus.
I love it.
I know. So that I just had to
it.
squeeze that in today. I was too excited.
That's amazing. It's
I love it.
perfect. I appreciate it.
All right. Should we hear a quick word from more sponsors?
Let's do it. Folks, I have had a long journey with my hair.
It's been a long, hard road.
It's been a long, hard road. I've tried pretty much everything to get silky, strong, healthy hair. And when I say everything, I mean like scouring Pinterest boards to find at-home like mayonnaise-based hair mask
gonna
recipes.
say, I'm pretty sure we did some mayo stuff back in middle school.
Yeah, you gotta love, rinsing that out and just smelling like egg salad for like 2 days. It's not very effective.
And
okay?
spoiler, it didn't work.
Yeah, spoiler alert. So if you're tired of those ineffective hair treatments and are hungry to try something that actually works, give Vegamore a try like we did.
Yes, Vegamore has transformed our hair.
Mm-hmm.
Their clean and vegan approach to hair health uses smart botanicals that promote visibly thicker, fuller, longer-looking hair. Amanda and I both have issues with having very, very fine hair.
Yup, super thin, super fine.
And since I started using Vegamore, the texture is different. I have more hair.
Yeah.
I love it.
I have noticed that change as well. I specifically notice it in my stretches of time when I have my extensions removed to have them recolored. And my hair guy can tell you, I am always shocked at how much hair is on my head.
Yes.
Like it's never been like that before.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
It is. And with help from Vegamore, you can get healthy, beautiful-looking hair without the use of harmful chemicals because all of their products are cruelty-free and never contain potentially harmful chemicals like parabens or hormones.
Ugh,
all that.
Look at the weirdest stuff in hair products.
They
It's
really
wild.
do. And once you start learning about it, it's just not a good
scary.
rabbit hole to go down. Vegamore has something for everyone looking to improve their hair health. The Grow Revitalizing Shampoo and Conditioner Kit works together to create visibly thicker hair and improve your hair from the roots to the tips. So you just massage the shampoo into your scalp for 60 glorious seconds. It also smells amazing. And then you follow it up with a conditioner on the lengths and the ends. It is so simple.
Oh, and you can use that little like hair massager that they send you.
I love it. It's like a spa treatment.
It's the best.
Having Vegamore as my go-to shampoo and conditioner is a game changer for my overall hair health. And with Vegamore, there is no risk when trying because they have a 90-day money-back guarantee. But with 91% of customers saying they saw visibly thicker hair with Vegamore, including us, in just 3 months, you don't want to run out. So you got to get you some Vegamore.
Yes, do. Give your hair exactly what it's been craving with Vegamore. Go to vegamore.com/gals and use code GALS to save 20% on your first order. That's vegamor.com/gals, code GALS for 20% off your first order. So treat your hair.
Try to. No matter what season it is, no matter how hard you've been working that day, whatever it may be, a good night's sleep is always in season. It is always necessary. And you deserve the best rest. And Brooklinen has your comfort covered with a lineup of extraordinarily cozy essentials made just for your relaxation.
Y'all, I have everything.
I do too. I love Brooklyn.
I love them so much. Brooklinen is the home of the internet's favorite sheets. It was created in 2014 to give customers luxury, hotel-level home essentials that don't break the bank. They offer
like the good kind of hotel essentials.
The best kind of hotel essentials. They offer everything from snuggly sheets to cozy towels and robes, loungewear, accessories, and so much more. And if this is your first time trying Brooklinen, their best-selling Luxe sheets are the perfect place to start, featuring an irresistibly soft feel and buttery smooth finish. Made with the highest quality cotton, these sheets come in classic colors like white and graphite, and limited edition shades like aqua blue and toffee. Both are
cute.
So cute. And you are going to save big buying from Brooklinen. Because by working directly with suppliers, Brooklinen cuts out the luxury markups and passes those savings back to their customers. So you get their incredible products at a reasonable cost. And you know what? If you are all set on your Brooklinen stash, they also make a great gift. Is someone in your life that you know and love still using like the same towel from the 80s?
Probably.
That was fully my dad. He like never wanted to get rid of his
his
comfort
good
items.
towel.
Yeah.
His lucky towel.
Yes. Give them the upgrade with Brooklinen's cozy towels made with the highest quality 100% Turkish cotton. I have so many of these towels. They are incredible. And if they like a little luxury, you can go for the super plush towels, or you can keep it simple with the classic towels. There are so many options. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, or like a robe if you just want to be cloaked in luxury material all day long.
I've got loungewear. I've got sheets. I've got a comforter. I've got towels. I've got like a candle.
The eye cover.
Oh, the eye mask.
Yeah, excellent gift giving. So give them the comfort refresh they deserve and get it for less at Brooklinen. Go to brooklinen.com and use promo code GALS, GALS, to get $20 off your purchase of $100 or more plus free shipping. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Enter promo code GALS for $20 off plus free shipping. Brooklinen, the curators of comfort. Are we ready?
How are you?
Okay. Ready? Yeah. Corner. Here we go. So I have actually a lot of stories of remains for us today.
That remains to be seen.
Nice one.
I'm fine.
Okay. So this first one is from the Washington Post. The title, Wapo. Kayakers find an 8,000-year-old human skull in the Minnesota River. Woo!
I love this. I'm so excited. I'm so glad you're covering this.
Oh, yeah. Amanda sent it to me at like 1 a.m. last night.
Sure
I was
did.
like, it's already in my notes. I'm
Girl,
opening.
I'm on it.
I'm opening with this.
That's the opening number.
The sheriff's office suspected the brownish chunk of skull was human, perhaps the remains of a missing person. Officials sent the bone from the Minnesota River off to a medical examiner and then the FBI, hoping someone could match it to a name. The report came back this week. No name. In fact, authorities said the skull fragment belonged to a young man who died roughly 8,000 years ago.
That's
Good Lord.
incredible. It's
is
incredible that it still exists.
I know. There's a photo of the skull chunk on the drive, which will be on the blog.
Yes.
Quote, to say we were taken aback is an understatement, said Renville County
No,
Sheriff.
you were taken ahead.
Oh, my God.
Could say our eyebrows were raised.
Top of the skull to ya.
No eyebrows are left. All the soft tissue is definitely long gone.
I know, but you can see kind of the pronounced
The brow.
brow bone.
So I think that's like evidence of like an early human. Like,
Oh my God.
like earlier
very
humans had a more
pronounced.
pronounced brow bone.
Probably to protect from the sun.
Maybe.
Humans 8,000 years ago.
Wow, that is epic.
so-
It looks like a helmet.
I know. So the sheriff says none of us were prepared for that. The discovery began with 2 kayakers. The pair were west of Minneapolis near Sacred Heart, Minnesota, Hable said, when the fragment caught their eye last September. Normally, the bone would have been underwater, but a months-long drought, the state's worst in 40 years in some places, meant waters receded.
So all of our fucking skulls are going to be found before long.
Yeah.
Oh, there were a bunch in like Lake Mead. In isn't that near Las Vegas? So like a bunch of mobsters like dumped bodies, and because the water is going down, they're like finding them.
Yeah, thanks, climate change.
The Renville County Sheriff's Office is used to people contacting them to report bones. In most cases, they're animal rather than human, but this find matched the dome of a Homo sapiens head.
This was the period when plants were first being domesticated. It's the pre-pottery Neolithic period.
Holy shit.
Well, we'll get to it a little bit.
Oh, no, sorry. That's 8,000 BC. So this is after that because it's 8,000 years ago. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, it's fine.
I was like, that seems a little...
I can math. I was only 2,000 years off.
Okay. Renville County had no active missing person cases, Hable said, but a neighboring county had one from a few years ago. Maybe officials thought this could solve the case. Then the FBI applied a technique called carbon dating, which leverages the fact that a radioactive substance called carbon-14, absorbed by all living things, decays at a predictable rate in a dead body.
We know.
Based on present carbon-14 levels, scientists can figure out when an organism was alive. Authorities trace the river remains to Minnesota's Archaic period, which stretches from 7,000 to 500 BC, according to Minnesota's state archaeologist. The skull had signs of blunt force trauma, says the sheriff.
So it was foul play.
There's been a murder.
Or he fell and hit his head.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Well, like the
there's been a
staircase.
murder.
Kathleen
Oh my
Peterson.
God.
It was an owl. But it is not clear how the man died. The earliest known people in the area lived some 13,000 years ago when glaciers were still receding, says Austin Buta, an archaeologist at Augustana University who co-wrote a 2017 report on the era by the university's archaeology laboratory. The man from the Minnesota River lived during a later period when people roamed in small groups, hunting and foraging. Authorities say he had a marine diet and ate grains such as maize. As best as we can tell, there was no farming at that time, Buta said. Some people hunted with small spears and wooden throwing aids called atlatls.
Okay.
So this is pre like agriculture.
Yeah, they would follow herds of caribou. Oh my God.
Researchers have struggled to glean information about archaic period lives, Buta said, especially in comparison to later humans who buried their dead in large mounds. Quote, there just weren't as many people on the landscape, he said, and it's older, so we just don't find as much evidence. Those studying old remains are also increasingly aware of the need to respect indigenous people's wishes, a tension that came to a head with the skull piece found near Sacred Heart. Some Native Americans in Minnesota were dismayed at how the sheriff's office broadcasts the remains on social media this week. Dylan Getch, a cultural resources specialist with the Minnesota Indian Affairs Council, said in a statement that it was, quote, unacceptable and offensive for tribes to learn of the skull through Facebook, according to NPR.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Getch, who did not respond to a request for comment Thursday evening, also criticized the social media post as culturally insensitive for not describing the remains as Native American. The sheriff said his office learned of the concerns hours after posting about the skull. Quote, having no intention ever to offend anybody, we immediately took the post down, he said. At the request of the state archaeologist's office, law enforcement has now released the bone fragment to the Upper Sioux community, which comprises several hundred people and more than 1,000 acres of land long home to the Dakota Indigenous people. Minnesota's Office of State Archaeologists and leaders of the Upper Sioux community did not respond to inquiries. Minnesota law generally forbids, quote, willfully disturbing or removing remains from a burial ground authenticated by the state archaeologist. For remains outside known cemeteries that appear to date back more than 50 years, state law requires the state archaeologist to determine if the burial is, quote, Indian. So when a probable tribal identity emerges, the remains must go to modern-day tribal leaders. So we don't know. We know how old it is. We don't know how he died. We don't know who he was. But hopefully they can do some more testing and figure out, like, you know, which community this these remains belong to.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really fucking cool.
That's
8,000
fascinating.
years.
8,000 years old.
That's unbelievable.
Ugh. Pre-agriculture, pre-farming,
Pre-Facebook.
Middle archaic period.
pre-internet. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Can't even fathom.
Okay, moving on. I got another story about remains.
Yes.
This was sent in by Katie C. So thank you, Katie C. And this is an article from Insider. A high school held a funeral for a female skeleton used as a teaching aid for biology classes since 1952.
Wow.
Oh.
On Wednesday, a high school in Germany held a ceremony to lay to rest a valued member of the school staff, a real skeleton used in a biology classroom for 70 years.
See?
Wow.
My science classes in France had a human skeleton.
Mm-hmm. I've got a human skeleton right behind me.
I have one inside me. So take that.
Take that. The ceremony for the female skeleton of a nameless woman was held at the Protestant cemetery in the West German town of Schleiden, per the AP.
Slide on into my DMs.
The AP reported that the woman named An Bien, which is Vietnamese for mysterious peace, peace as in P-E-A-C-E, was put in a coffin that bore the symbols of major religions. So they just kind of covered their bases as far as the coffin goes.
Well, they didn't know. Yeah.
They
We'll
didn't
just put one of those coexist stickers on here and call it a day.
Well, we are indeed laying to rest a member of the school community to their grave, said Oliver Josvig, a pastor presiding over the ceremony. The skeleton had been used as a teaching aid at the school since 1952, but was later replaced with a plastic model. The school had sent in DNA samples from the bones in a bid to uncover more about An Bien's origins.
Mm-hmm.
According to NPR, many schools and universities in the U.S. may still be using actual human remains for anatomical studies. It was typical for schools to use real human skeletons up until 3 or 4 decades ago.
Mm-hmm.
The use and disposal of such human remains is regulated by the Human Tissue Act. Love that. However, the provenance of such skeletons might be questionable in some cases, with a 2007 Wired investigation revealing that some skeletons have been transported from countries like India and taken from remote villages without prior consent.
Well, that's
So-
horrific.
Yeah, a lot of them can just be stolen bodies.
Yeah.
That's horrible. I can't believe that some, like, can you imagine being the like import export, tracker, the person who's like opening up fucking, why can't I speak today, you guys?
Like the customs official.
Thank you. Yes. And then it's just a box of human skeletons.
You
Yeah,
know,
that'd be a little rough.
I think that the having real skeletons in like academic settings was super popular at the beginning of the 20th century and like the end of the 19th century. So because it was so popular and because we didn't like fucking have customs, people just went,
People
went
just did whatever the fuck
places
they
and
wanted.
They did whatever they
Right.
wanted.
Or it could have been even older than that. Like my fucking high school in France is the building itself, and it's been a school for so long that the last time it was really renovated was by Napoleon. That was my public high school.
Oh my God.
Like, who knows how long that thing's been kicking around in the biology department?
Right.
Like, it
Probably
could have
a
been
while.
a victim from the French Revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have been.
And once it's a skeleton, like it takes a really long time for that
Yeah.
to like
Disappear completely under the right circumstances.
Like in a classroom setting, it essentially doesn't decompose.
Right. Because it's not exposed to elements that would
Right.
accelerate
Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
Oh, I just thought that was so cool and kind of cute.
Mhm.
So R.I.P. An Bien.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this next one, it's a little bit long, but it's I was just so taken by it. So this article was sent in by Charles, and it is adorably bizarre. And
Charles,
this-
your psychic?
God no, just another
Oh.
human named Charles.
A different Charles. Okay.
Yeah.
You just sounded so familiar with Charles.
You really did.
Well,
It was a valid question.
I'm just taking from their email address.
Hmm.
Maybe Charles goes by Chuck. I think Chuck was in their email. Anyway, So this is from the Chicago Tribune. The title is Birders Mourn Monty the Piping Plover. Quote, I never thought it would end so abruptly.
What?
So a piping plover is a bird, is a type of bird.
It's really cute.
I know there's pictures on the drive. Their story was filled with drama, anchored by hope, and depending on who you asked, one ultimately about love. But it was never going to last forever. Monty, one half of Chicago's endangered Great Lakes piping plover pair, died Friday at Montrose Beach.
Oh.
It was his fourth summer in the North Side sand. He was still waiting on the return of his mate, Rose. So Monty and Rose lived at Montrose Beach.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Beautiful Montrose, Minnesota.
Beautiful Montrose, Minnesota. Quote, I used to joke that I'd be a decade older and still coordinating the effort, says Tamima Atani, an Illinois Ornithological Society member who has kept watch over the birds for years. I did not think it would last that long in reality, but I also never thought it would end so abruptly. In some ways, Monty seemed invincible, Atani said. He could clear out killdeer. He could dodge a peregrine falcon. She had seen him earlier this week, watching him through a scope as a few hours flew by. She said she'll miss hearing his piping sound at Montrose. It was so sudden, so unexpected, she said. We were a little bit worried about Rose, but not Monty. After 3 summers of fledgling chicks together, Rose still hadn't arrived from the Florida island where she winters.
And why doesn't he winter there?
I don't know. Maybe the males don't winter. I don't know. In a final attempt to make meaning out of the breeding of 2 birds, some said Monty didn't want to go on without his partner.
Oh, no.
So,
Why was she late?
She
He
was
died of a broken heart.
She was like 3 years late.
Oh, no.
God,
But they
he
know that
stood
she's
there like
okay?
Oh, no, she wasn't 3 years late. She was just late this spring, I think. But they had 3 years together.
Okay.
He stood there like a widow waiting for his
widower.
semen.
We'll get, I mean,
Waiting
it gets,
for her
it gets-
semen.
It's just, it's, this article is so dramatic and so sad. Through the years, the daily battles of Monty and Rose played out in the sand alongside volleyballs, skunks, and storms. From the beginning, the odds stacked against the birds were as lofty as the skyline behind them. In their first summer, they overcame a potential beachside EDM festival.
Oh my. I've barely survived one of those.
Yeah, I couldn't. Not anymore.
Oh, so they did migrate together. Between their 1,000-mile migrations were more challenges: the loss of nests, the death of chicks, predators with an appetite for plovers. Time and again, the little birds emerged resilient and often victorious. Chicagoans showed up day after day at Montrose to keep an eye on Monty and Rose, who came to represent far more than most things that can fit in your hand ever do.
Oh.
Chicago has perhaps never been so sad about the death of a bird. On Saturday, many were still in disbelief. Some conversations ended in tears. To hear the news was absolutely shocking, said Itani, who had to make a few calls before the news sank in. I was hoping they would say, he's just passed out.
Oh, it's never a mannequin.
It's never a
not.
It's never a sleeping plover.
Sweet piping plover. On Saturday, the binocular-clad gaggle you'd expect to see near the Montrose habitat was nowhere to be found. A baseball hat embroidered with the birds hung near the spot where Monty suddenly became ill, and one birder found herself facing a situation no one expected.
Oh my God.
Daniela Herrera, who monitored the plovers in previous summers, looked out on the Montrose habitat where she watched Monty take his final breaths. Herrera said, "You watch the entire life cycle of a bird. I'll miss them, and they'll have a special place in my heart always."
Oh,
You're killing Amanda.
I know.
I'm gonna cry.
Herrera had watched the birds on hot days and in the middle of foraging. On Friday, she noticed Monty acting in a way she'd never seen before. He appeared to be falling over, and the behavior was unusual enough that she made a few calls to alert others. After one fall, he didn't get back up.
No!
Everything went blank, said Herrera, who then had to share the news with birders who came to see Monty in action and instead saw his small body lifeless in the sand.
Oh my God.
I'm not laughing at Monty. It's just so
I'm
sad.
laughing at Amanda.
Are you kidding me?
Herrera said she was happy to have monitored the birds and, as one of the few volunteers who speak Spanish, lend her binoculars and share their story with families throughout the city who might not otherwise hear it. She translated the love story.
Accessibility.
It's kind of wild to think about how connected these people got to these little birds, Herrera said, but she said in the end, nature will have its final say.
Well, now Rose is going to come back and be like, where the fuck is Monty?
We'll get to Rose.
No.
Great Lakes plovers live about 5 years on average. So Monty was like, 4-ish.
Too soon.
Some can go on to live another decade or so, but threats are ever present. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service stepped in Friday to take Monty's body to the Lincoln Park Zoo for testing. Eventually, he may end up in a museum.
Do an autopsy.
They're going to do a
Probably
tiny autopsy.
fucking monkeypox.
Probably.
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't want to talk
Nobody
about monkeypox.
does, but
We're about to go to Canada.
Oh my God. Okay. Although the birds will be missed, those who have looked after them will want their lessons about conservation and habitat restoration to remain. Great Lakes piping plovers were once down to about a dozen nesting pairs, but last year there were 74.
nice.
Quote, I hope,
That's good.
Itani says, I hope that people through Monty and Rose realize how important it is to carve out a bit of space for piping plovers, for shorebirds, for other wildlife. I totally believe it is our obligation to continue to make sure they exist. As for Rose, the longer she's gone, the less likely she'll return. Some
So
plovers,
she might be dead.
Yeah, some plovers take a nesting season off, but it's very rare. If she isn't seen again and confirmed through her banding, her fate may remain unknown.
So he could have just sensed that she
He
died.
knew.
Yeah,
He
and then he
knew.
just
He
gave up.
up.
Yeah. So they were together for 3 summers, and then they wintered away from each other, but they always came back to the same place.
Oh,
And then she
my
didn't come back.
God. He knew.
He knew. They're
Jillian-
soulmates.
I have just a tiny bit left. Jillian Farkas, the Great Lakes Piping Plover Recovery Coordinator with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, said there's still a chance Rose could make an appearance, but alas, it is unlikely. She says it's devastating that we've lost Monty, but it's almost an easier pill to swallow since Rose also isn't back. Unfortunately, this is part of the process, and it's why recovery is so important. Every plover matters.
Oh,
So they just are banded, but they're not GPS tracked. They're probably too little.
Yeah, they're really small.
Okay.
A celebration of the birds' lives is in the works.
celebration of life.
I'm forever going to be grateful to them for the joy they brought us, Itani said. It's a unique experience we've had.
So when is the funeral? Because I want to go.
I'm gonna turn on my Google alerts for that.
Oh,
Do you want to? You should sponsor a plover.
Oh my
Can you
God!
sponsor
yes,
a
I
plover?
should.
Probably.
I want a pair of plovers. Every
Yeah.
plover matters.
Do it. Let's do it.
Sponsor plover
Are you writing notes?
bird.
She's Googling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Give
I
it
have
a Goog.
one more. So that was sort of an obituary, but I have one actual obituary. So here's my obituary area. This was sent in by Whitney.
You
Again, a
absolutely
person
can.
I don't know.
Birdsinmotion.org.
Yes.
Oh,
Send
great.
it to the chat.
And you can pick other ones if you don't want to do a plover, or
No,
you can
I
do
want
a
a plover.
semi-palmated plover. They look a little bit different, but they have piping plovers as well.
I want to sponsor a piping plover.
Okay.
Okay, so the obit was sent in by Whitney, who I don't know.
Okay.
And Whitney says that they found this obit in their local historical center records. And I have used the magic of math to determine that this is from about 1932.
Wow.
Oh.
Newton Lambert, who was 81 years old, dropped dead in the sitting room of the home of his son, Charles Lambert, who is employed at the gas works at 6 p.m. Thursday.
Oh.
What? I don't know. This is really oddly worded. Who is employed at the gas works at 6 p.m. Thursday at 905 West Chillicothe Avenue.
So he died at 6 p.m. and his son is employed at the gasworks.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Okay.
Heart disease and hardening of the arteries was the cause of death.
That'll do it.
Newton Lambert and his wife had been, not even his wife. Newton Lambert and wife had been visiting in Paulding County for some time. When he became ill, his son, Charles Lambert, we've established that his son is named Charles Lambert twice now.
So his son gets 2 names and his
wife
mother
Gets
none.
gets none.
Just wife.
Got it.
Okay, his son, Charles Lambert, motored there to bring them home.
Oh, fancy.
They had returned to the city Tuesday, after which time Mr. Lambert was able to walk around the residence. He was thought to be getting along all right, and on Thursday he enjoyed supper, after which he started to walk to the front room of the home. He dropped dead before reaching there.
Ooh.
My God.
What was in supper?
I don't know. Mr. Lambert had conducted a second-hand store in the Smucker Room on West Chillicothe Avenue for a number of years.
Cute.
Smucker room.
He had retired, however, 8 years ago. He and his wife had moved to the residence of their son, Charles Lambert, and wife 2 years ago.
God. No wives get any names.
I know.
Not a one.
And they really want us to know his son was Charles
Charles.
Lambert.
I bet Charles wrote this.
Probably. Newton Lambert was born. See, and the whole thing is like backwards. Newton Lambert was born north of Roundhead, May 10th, 1851. He was united in marriage with Miss Amanda Fair, September 25th, 1880. So there's her name eventually.
Amanda Fair.
Remaining with the widow are the following children: Alva Lambert, Ridgway, Mrs. Lushy Pussy.
What? No way.
Wow.
Absolutely not.
Lushy.
I want to
Pussy.
sponsor a lushy
Lushy.
pussy.
Pussy.
Oh, no.
Wait. How is it spelled? How is
Lushy
it spelled?
is Lushie.
Okay.
Pussy is Pussey.
No.
Lushy Pussy.
I wonder if it's just Lushy with like the
Lushy Pushy.
the shaving grape ash, the Shilliman ash. Lushy Pushy.
I like Lushy Pussy. It's so gross.
Lushy pussy.
His son,
That is
Charles
amazing.
Lambert.
God
again.
damn it.
Mrs.
I
Nellie
can't.
Holmes of Bellafontaine and Elmore Lambert of Toledo. A daughter, Ethel, died when she was 5 years old.
Oh.
The deceased was a member of the Church of Christ and a good man.
Oh, Alva is a man because I found Alva's obit that also mentions Lushy.
Mm.
Lushy Pussy.
And it is already like deep on Ancestry.
yeah.
See how many degrees of lushy pushy she is away from Charles
Well,
Lambert.
Alva didn't live very long. Alva Lambert died at 66, and he was a farmer.
A peanut farmer.
Peanut firm.
And his
Peanut
sister,
farmer.
Lushy Pussy, eventually married Arthur Wetz. So she became Lushy Pootsy Wetz.
Wets Pussy.
No.
Lushy Wets Pussy.
Lushy There's no way that's real. I'm sending you the picture. I'm sending you the picture.
There's no fucking way.
Look at the picture. Look at the picture.
I won't. I can't. I can't look at it. No.
Where is it?
way.
It's in your folder, Lucy.
There's no fucking way that's real.
You see?
No.
Miss W-E-T-Z.
Yeah.
Another C.
Mrs. Arthur Wetz. Lushy Wetz. Pussy.
If only they had hyphenated
Oh, I'm gonna
into
throw up.
Lushy Wets Pussy.
All right.
I
There you
can't.
Oh. Here, wait.
Stop.
There's
I can't
another
take it anymore.
reference. There's another reference. Mrs. Lushy Pussy. Oh my God. Oh my God.
No.
I feel like we have just made some aspiring drag queen's day. That's Mrs. Lushy Wet Pussy to you.
I'm writing this down. It's so good.
Here, okay, and now I've added the obit for Newton Lambert, who was 81, dropped dead in the sitting room of his son, Charles Lambert. Yeah, Mrs. Lushy Pussy, yeah. It's the same one, sorry. It's the same that Lucy was reading, I guess.
It is.
Oh my God.
Oh, that took me the fuck out.
She wets pussy.
That took me the fuck out.
Well-
I can't believe her her married name is Wet. How the fuck?
With a Z.
How does this even happen? How?
People
Late
like crazy
19th century,
names.
man.
I can't deal with this.
So-
I'm not okay.
Lushy Pussy and also his son Charles Lambert times 4 was the reason I had to read this.
Oh my God.
too
First
good.
of all, do not Google Lushy Pussy Wets.
Okay.
I learned the hard way, and
no problem.
the fourth link is free old hairy women videos XXX parody Salongos check.
Luck.
What's Salongos?
I don't know. It sounded bad. Cute girls, big butt fucking. Okay, we're done.
Here for that. Here for that. Okay, we're done.
Okay, next. Well, that's the end of my.
Holy fucking shit. Well,
Kind of a
I
wild
will
ride.
never recover from lushy wet spoozy. I will never be okay. I
Oh my
am
God.
crying and gagging, and I'm fine. Holy fucking shit. I don't remember anything else that was said today.
No.
That's it.
Why
That's
would
the
you?
only thing I have space for. I have no
Monty
room.
and Rose.
Oh, right. Oh, God.
Okay,
You gotta
we
still
love you
sponsor
all.
your- Sponsor a piping plover.
I'm going to name them Wets and Pussy.
Plus, you need 3.
I'm going to get 3.
Lushy.
Lushy Wets and Pussy.
The Ornithological Society's like,
I'm going to sponsor this
They're
breeding pair,
family
but
names.
these
They're
are their
family names. This is a family name.
I'm going to sponsor a Brazilian river dolphin.
No. They are not endangered. In fact, there are too many. We need to take them out.
One is too many.
Yeah. They gotta go.
Okay.
I gotta go. We'll see
We
you next
love you all.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Wine and Crime. Our cover art is by Kala Yip, music by Phil Young and Corey Wendell, editing by Jonathan Camp. Check out our website and blog at wineandcrimepodcast.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wine and Crime Pod. If you have questions, answers, or recommendations to share, email us at wineandcrimepodcast@gmail.com. Episodes are available on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, basically wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And if you like the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. It is the best way to spread the word. If you'd like to show your support, visit our Patreon page to keep this podcast and the wine flowing. Cheers.